Good evening, Cambridge. We're here again on live TV on a beautiful night here. March 5th, 2020. The streets of Cambridge. There's a heat wave almost going on. It's going to be spring. How you doing? It's going to be spring in 2 weeks. We love the streets of Cambridge more than it ever knows. Speaking of love, I have a lot of love for my guest tonight, my featured guest tonight. So much so I should probably try to clean myself up for this occasion. I showed up in my sweatshirt. I should probably, tuck my shirt in, brush off the crab legs as I welcome the premier guest. An honor to have this comedian, entertainer on my show. We're going to keep him in the shadows slightly here. He's just going to be known as the moniker Alex the Jester. Here live on CCTV. Come on through.
Hey, Austin. Good to be here.
You're the best. You're the best. This man is my brother. Brother from another mother. That's what we are.
We have a lot in common, as brothers from another mother.
Oh, you have, but you're the talented one.
Your father and my father are both dads.
And the microphone's right there. What do you got in the cup now, Alex?
Nothing.
He's drinking ethereal water.
It's water, yeah.
Yeah, it's the fresh genesis of H2O that they serve here at the CCTV studios. It's called the water bubbler. Yeah.
City beer. Yeah.
City beer.
Because we're in Cambridge.
Library beer.
And Cambridge water comes from, well, you know where Cambridge water comes from, right?
Oh, tell the mic. Got to make sure it's good and loud here.
Sure.
Cambridge water, where does it come from?
It comes from Alewife. It's the only local water of all the communities around Boston.
That's where their reservoir is.
Yeah, so we call it city beer. Although I used to say we, but I'm now in Somerville, which is more Cambridge than Cambridge is.
Let's hear about it.
Well,
for 25 years, I believe you've been a resident of Somerville. Or
yes.
Longer? You used to live here in Central Square.
Yep, Central Square,
for
Kendall
quite a
Square,
while.
and Harvard Square. And I have an affection for Cambridge, and CCTV in particular, because CCTV is where I cut my teeth as a video maker. And Susan Fleischman was the director back then, like a million years ago, before I got married and had kids.
Is she still?
Yeah, she's doing it.
See?
Yeah.
And she's got your plaque.
Anyway, so she's still here.
True stuff.
And I was very into nonverbal stuff then. I was doing my Jester act. And tonight, though, I want to talk about what I've learned from doing all these years of entertaining without words.
Please tell us.
Oh, pray tell. Indeed. Well, I'll just launch right in.
Please.
So, what would a stage clown know about, well, getting along? And the thing, if I could boil it down, is most of us know that the words are just part of the story, and body language is incredibly important. In fact, some of you might be asking yourselves, like, well, really? I mean, well, you probably know that it's more important than the words themselves. But most of us know it up here. Come back in here. I'm talking to you, too.
Yes.
So
yes.
The words are huge on conversation, but we know it up here. We don't actually put it in our body.
Physical comedy.
Well,
per se.
That's how I learned it, because I wouldn't get paid if I couldn't get the audience going in Japan or Belgium or Bermuda or China or, I mean...
You were in Russia, too.
Russia. In fact, they love clowns in Russia.
AlexTheJester.com. You still get booked. You have...
Yeah, that's my Jester.
You could do all the shows you wanted, probably,
yeah.
But you got a family life. You like staying in the city. You got, you're connected here.
Mm-hmm. And then
touring the world is not easy for a happily married man with two awesome kids.
Do it in segments, tour the world like incessantly.
You probably did a little though.
Before I got married, yeah.
Some of your touring stories.
Yeah, I remember going to Japan for months at a time. I used to go there a lot,
again, remember that's the microphone. Can I give you a tour of the studio real fast?
Go ahead, Austin.
All right, sweet. So as you can see, this is the close-up angle. You get the wide lens.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. I call this one the Disney effect. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? And this is if you want to keep an eye on your car outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you guys,
that's mine.
the viewers
right there,
are
looking
looking at the silver car.
Yeah. So you can keep an eye out for the meter maids. And you know what I'm talking about with the meter maids. Mm-hmm. So you used to live in a house just down.
I think meter maids probably have, without even trying, have learned a ton of body language.
Again, this cup, for some reason, I'm I don't know, aesthetic wise, it just see if we get a little bit more from
over here is good too, right?
Yeah, as long as that
over there, that kind of messes.
Yeah, keep it out of the shot.
Don't put it there.
No,
not near the microphone.
If this was a Morning Joe show,
water is like
makes sense,
the natural predator of a microphone. So right here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but again, I apologize. So just again, giving you more of a tour of the studio, and then we got this stuff. You can throw in some little things like this. The Star Wars effect, we call that one. Later, Ben Kenobi and Yoda.
Let's do some Star Wars. Yeah.
The baby Chewbacca.
Baby Chewbacca. Actually, what's a show I know? Actually,
yeah.
Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Which one do you want to do? Just pick a character. You want to do... Well, the easiest one is Toto. And Toto too. All right, I'm putting you on the spot. How about, you want to do the Wicked Wits?
My recollection was the affinity for the Marx Brothers.
All right.
I know that's stuff from the 1930s, I think, right?
Is that an elephant in your pajamas? That's irrelevant. What elephant? The elephant I shot with an elephant gun.
Yeah. And
no such thing as an elephant gun. That's irrelevant. What elephant? So where were we?
We weren't even in our pajamas. Yeah. The like in the pantheon of classic comedy. You got the Michael Palin, John Cleese. Yeah, me too. Yes. Monty Python's Flying Circus and the Marx Brothers, right?
He had something that
you
so
kind of
have a
you're kind of a combination of both of those,
On stage right now, brother, I'm not doing my shtick. But let me tell you about how John Cleese inspired my shtick. John Cleese,
please,
helped me continue to develop material after I was booked and very busy. Because once an entertainer gets very booked and very busy, they sometimes keep doing the show that makes them money, and the development of new ideas can slow down because they're so busy trying to manage their shows and not get parking tickets and get a good price on their ticket on Travelocity, and then they start losing some of their creative edge. And John Cleese talked about using the left brain to tell your right brain, the playful child, aesthetic part, to go play. Just play. And we all know we need to play, but he would say, you should schedule that on your calendar. You should, at a certain time, say, I'm not taking any appointments, I'm turning off the computer, I'm not looking at my phone. I am going to just be, live, breathe, play, go, or put my water right over here, even though it's not supposed to, or putting it back over, just to goof around and play, and go.
Big inspiration, So I did want to mention a few things. We had a question for you. As you know, you have a massive fan club, and they were asking me, all kinds of questions, but one of them was, and it was confirmed, I guess I'm the one asking the question, the chainsaws. Did you juggle chainsaws? I know you juggled fire.
I juggled fire.
That's
I juggled
probably
machetes.
when I first met you.
Yeah.
in Harvard Square. You were performing
God, well, you said
in
that
the
was a long
streets
time
of
ago.
Harvard
That's a
Square.
long time ago,
You were
yeah.
juggling fire. You were walking on a wire.
Well,
you were
not
riding a
quite,
unicycle
almost.
on a
Yes,
wire.
I was riding the unicycle.
And I'm pretty sure you were juggling chainsaws.
No.
No?
But it's the right
Knives.
time. Fire, chainsaws, knives, they're all things that can grab people's attention.
I'll say.
But it's kind of a cheap theater.
You made bank doing that. You really.
Well, I felt like that at the time, but looking back on it, it was just great money for an hour or two. But over the course of the year, it wasn't awesome. It was okay. I made a living, but I also had to do that. I had to do stupid stunts that wasn't in my heart. So.
It seemed like it was.
Well, at the time, I was just glad.
This guy was a stud.
I was glad that no.
He still is a stud.
No. As a.
But you were like, physically, you're out there, juggling fire on a unicycle on a wire, talking to the crowd the whole time, and making bank
I'm
on a
embarrassed
Friday
about
night,
this,
on a
but-
Saturday.
Of course, yeah, all right. So
The big time hours in
Here's-
Harvard Square when street musicians were accepted by Cambridge.
Yes.
A little bit more than, I don't see that type of,
there's a reason for that.
organized art in the streets. Seems like it seems more difficult now.
I'm kind of like disowning that, but yes, what you're saying is mostly true. I wasn't on a wire, but most of it's true. But here's why I feel so like divorced from that. You see, when I was starting out, I was psyched. But I forgot you saw the show so long ago. I was psyched because
You had huge crowds, as much as like the streets, It would start off as like 20 or 30 people, and then like there were 50 people, then
That's
there were
my-
60 people, then there were 80 people, there were 120 people. And there you were, juggling fire.
I felt it was mediocre, and I'm not proud of it at all.
Damn, I wish I had my camera back in that day.
I've always liked that you were a film guy, and you were like one of the last people into digital. You liked film. But let me just tell you why I'm separated. And it's because what I thought was an improvement, what I thought was a new milestone, has really evolved over the years. Back then, I was really excited about it because I could hold a crowd. And they would stay to the end of the show. My first goal was to stay to the end of the show. But I've got this progression here. Eventually, they would stay to the end and give me money. It took me a while to figure it out. I sucked when I began. Then my new goal was to do material that wasn't ripped off. Because in the beginning, you steal a lot. I wanted to have original material. But then when I got that figured out, then I kind of wanted to just work where I had control of the environment. In the streets, you get fire engines going through. You could have wind that would blow your balance. I'd be balancing things, and I wanted to be indoors. And that was one of the harder goals because I just got tired of the wind, the rain, or the worst is the sun. If you're working in the sun shining outside, that is, I mean, you can do it. I got friends who are way better at me at doing it, but I got exhausted from that. So then I wanted to work where I control the environment. And then the next goal was to try to get as much as I could for a gig. Now, some people want to make as much money as they could at the end of the year, but for me, it was way more important to get a good fee per gig. But then the new thing was I wanted to have something that they could take home. Something, and that's what I'd like to give the folks here, some little things I learned that you could take, like a takeaway, I think that's the word nowadays, where you could
It
just...
sounds a little overly friendly to as a professional, amazing performer, like you don't want to give the audience something to take home. It's like
Well, I did.
like a prosthetic arm or something
I
like
did.
that. It's like, no,
Well,
you don't have to do that. You
if
don't
I
have
could
to
give
compromise and give the audience anything. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
didn't think it was
they're giving you,
compromise.
they're probably providing you with,
Well, you don't have to. You could
whether it's,
just do whatever you want, but I'm just telling you what I felt like doing.
Okay,
And I felt like...
Well, you touch the audience. That's what you do.
Yeah.
You keep it up. Make sure it's in the mic, though.
I think so.
Yeah, this
I
is
think they can hear me. So, like here's like the goofiest takeaway. Like anybody could do this at home. You could just lift your hand up and lift your baby finger. You can do that, right? Just lift your baby finger. Yeah, that's not hard. And be still. And now just wiggle the little part of your little finger.
Okay.
Now that wave is so small, I call it a microwave. It's a micro. All right. And that will make your friend smile. It's not brilliant, but the whole thing is we don't have to be brilliant. You just make the effort. All right, here's another one. Here's the church.
We know this one.
Here's the steeple. Open the doors. Closed. It's Thursday.
Yeah,
Oh, they're all on the roof right now. They're fixing the roof. Across the street, there's a bar. Open the doors. There they are. They were at the Middle East, I think. That's where I met you today.
Love it, love it. So again,
So you show the audience little things.
yeah,
that they can
big things. Alex Feldman's here, folks. Alex the Jester is here, and I'm so pumped to have you here. So much of the shows that you see Alex perform here in town, and I want to ask you a few questions about some of your favorite shows that you've ever played, performed. Yeah.
Ask me questions. No, you can't do that.
The best show is always tomorrow. The big questions I had were going to be, what shows you played, the big shows. But, oh man, I totally.
Well,
it was the water coming out of your mouth.
Let me go. I was water coming out. It's called a spit take.
Well, it was just.
Breaking down.
It was the fact that so much of the shows that you perform in Boston area and in general, you don't really
Let's
even
talk about the comedy
speak.
studio.
You don't even speak.
No,
you don't even speak during your performance. You're just kind of like,
right.
you know.
I'm not doing my performance here, but when I'm on stage,
and now Cambridge gets to hear who you are.
Right.
That's what I love. That's what I love.
So, I saw you last at the Comedy Studio. Remember I was telling you Somerville is more Cambridge than Cambridge is? Well, the Comedy Studio for 20 years was, which Chinese restaurant was it? You might probably remember. It was the Hong Kong.
Oh, of course,
I saw you
the
there
Hong
many
Kong.
times, right?
Oh, yeah.
And now they're, and so I've seen you many times there, and it's so fun to go to the Comedy Studio, and one talking act after another has done their shtick, and just to go up and go, hey, what's wonderful? And to just break the whole pattern and be there. I'm not like a mime. You know, I'm talking. I'm just not talking. In fact, this will be kind of fun right now. If I may, can I just ask you to try something on the spot, live TV?
I think so. Yeah.
Talk gibberish.
I did have some bad leftovers a couple nights ago, and I'm still getting.
All right, so if you don't get this right, don't worry. Blame it on the friggin' leftovers. It was the leftovers that screwed up.
I might have to change my diaper. Just go easy on me.
Well, I don't know about that. It depends. So, all I'll do
Yes, yeah. Oh my
is I'll
God.
go, hey, how are you? You can say, how are you back?
Well, there's still 3 or 4 more questions I did have on the agenda.
Right. I'm going.
Did you see this? Somebody left this sitting in here. Yeah, there must have been like the previous show and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can we play? I'm all about play. All right, here we go. We're gonna. You put this in my hands. I had no idea it was here. Let's play. I'm
gonna spit my gum out now before it goes flying out of my mouth.
Ooh.
2 points.
Oh, bing, ding, flippa, sikiripa. Everyone. It was a swish. All right. So, you just put this in my hands.
Yeah.
This is what I would do if I was playing without words. And you don't try to be clever. Just be yourself. Just be Austin.
Yeah, those look like some tennis balls.
Yes, you will.
Again, your mic's down here. International.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my nose. Oh, my God.
It's
It's okay. How you doing? Hey, we'll talk to you later.
Es gibt es
Yeah. We need the other one too, don't we?
Maybe. It's your.
Yeah, you better take all three. I think you need to hold all three. Yeah, you have to hold all three.
Wow.
Now, you only have two hands, so I'm not sure how you're going to do that. I know. That's why we're gonna pay for your dry cleaning.
Well. Here, you get some. Good man. It's not easy.
Again, you're not supposed to bring food or drink into the studios.
Oh, jesters break the rules. Jesters break the rules. Wow.
Alex the Jester. I need you to hold all three of those balls at the same time. Can you do that?
Hold all three?
Yeah, are you able to hold all three at the same
You
time?
guys want to see me hold all three at the same
We got
time?
5 minutes. 5 minutes
Wow.
remaining here.
That time flew by.
Yeah. Here he is.
Keep up your song.
Beautiful, it's beautiful. You should do,
Come on back here.
How much do we have to pay?
We're talking.
I know. We give you $100 an hour to do that, though.
No, that's not my shtick. I don't juggle on my
He doesn't
So you-
juggle
so you-
anymore.
so
That's
you-
disappointing.
show. Yeah, well,
Your fan club,
I guess you saw me back when I was back, whatever I was. So you brought these balls. For a second, I actually thought you found them here, but you brought them here, didn't you?
How do you know?
I don't know. I'm making a guess.
Yeah, there's another item down there we'll have to show you later, too.
Okay. So let's play.
Merch.
Let's play. Here.
Yes.
Here it comes. Catch.
Yeah, I'm just a host.
Well, you brought the balls.
I know.
You want to get rid of the balls?
No!
Get rid of the balls.
So,
Or we can play catch with the balls. I probably could. I bet you could juggle with a very quick lesson.
you're probably right.
Yeah.
You're probably right, yeah.
But that's old news. So let's give them something they can do.
Well, there's
here's
a couple more quick
here's a good one.
questions.
Here's a good one.
Yeah, I know.
All right, I won't do it. I'll listen to whatever. Let me hear your prepared.
I got to do the Tom
You have a good-
Snyder, the
you have a
Tom
good
Snyder
prepared
effect,
question.
the Tom Snyder effect.
He's pretty old, but go ahead. Well, I'm old.
He's been dead for ages.
So what? Let me. I was gonna do something, but you want to do your prepared question?
Can I do another question or two?
Sure.
Let's see.
I thought it was prepared.
Yeah, I had a notepad. I left it down the street.
Well, then I was gonna go on a riff. Well, let me go.
Go on a riff. Okay, perfect.
So here's something that is just a joy to do that has no words and will make somebody feel happy.
Perfect. Just what we
And when you
need.
make someone else feel happy, what does that do to you? You don't feel sucky. You feel pretty happy too.
Absolutely.
So the next time that you're going toward a door while someone else is going toward a door, open the door and just go like that.
Absolutely.
Let me see you do that.
I do it all the time.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So what happens? Isn't that kind of cool when you open the door?
You're paying it forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other person usually feels special. Sometimes they'll go no, because some people don't want to accept any favors. And then you got a choice. What do you do? Because you sound like you've done it before. I'm
they don't
looking at
usually
a
say
tiny
no,
moment in
yes.
life, and I'm breaking it down because sometimes these tiny moments can really bring a smile or joy, and that's what keeps us going. So we might get out of our funk, and then we want to help someone else. So let me hear what you do. So you open the door, and then what if they say no?
I can't remember that happening. Maybe it's been a while.
Yeah, they don't do it. There you feel good.
I mean, then I'm like, is it because there's a duck coming out of my head, or is it because I have a snake coming down from my
Well, you could just go through and go. You can go thank you. So here are the things, because here in Cambridge, it's like, well, I know in Somerville there's 51 languages spoken at our high school. I think Cambridge recently had that many languages too. It's gentrifying, but there's still tons of cultures.
Yes, which is I've
you
always
got Portuguese,
loved that.
Haitian Creole spoken here. You've got
Spanish, French, Russian,
Yes,
Lithuanian.
Exactly. And so they don't speak English. So you just let them through it. If they're like, oh, then you just hold your heart and you go like that to them, and then you go through and you thank them. And you can even say thank you, but they probably know that word. But the whole point is start your day thinking of how you can make others feel kind of good, and this makes you feel better than good. It makes you feel kind of like smooth. Smooth, yeah.
Well, that's
And so nonverbal stuff, it doesn't replace words. We extremely need words. But in this world we live in, wait a second, I'll be right with you, Tom. Sorry about this.
He's got an important call coming in.
It's this stupid stuff often takes us away from the moment.
Oh, it always does, yeah.
Right. And so they're not going anywhere. I mean, we're gonna.
If I'm filming a production, it's like I tell people, like, cell phones off.
Right.
Or you're kicked off the set.
Right, kick them off the set, because as important as they are, they're here to stay. They're incredibly useful. There's a GPS, there's an encyclopedia, a computer. It's incredibly awesome. But if we're on it too much, it takes away our humanity. And so what I want folks to do,
and we have 10 seconds left,
is to just connect with others around them.
Connect with others around us.
Make an effort. Do
Physical.
your microwave.
Get out of the house.
Yeah, get out of the
house. Put the goddamn phone down.
Right.
Plug it in and just put it away.
Right.
For the rest of the day. Do something fun for once in a while. And we love you so much.